Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I want to talk to you today about something that's vital to your journey, something that will be the difference between where you are now and where you want to go. Life is not a smooth ride. It's a journey filled with bumps, detours, and unexpected hurdles. Yet it is precisely these challenges that shape us and define our future. Too often people view challenges as obstacles, barriers that stand in the way of their success. But what if we saw them differently? What if, instead of avoiding them or letting them discourage us, we learn to embrace them? The truth is that challenges are not our enemies. They are our teachers, our opportunities for growth, and the catalysts that push us toward the next level of greatness. When faced with a challenge, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or defeated. We all have that initial reaction, the frustration, the self-doubt, the voice that says, "This is too hard, maybe I should quit." But in these very moments, we have a choice. We can either allow the challenge to defeat us, or we can use it to fuel our determination to move forward. It's in the face of difficulty that the most profound growth occurs. When you step outside of your comfort zone and face a challenge head on, you expand your limits and uncover strengths you never knew you had. Embracing challenges means understanding that they are not a sign of failure or inadequacy. They're a natural part of life. Without them, we would remain stagnant, never pushing ourselves to evolve. Think about the most successful people in history, whether in business, sports, or the arts. They didn't achieve their success by avoiding obstacles. They encountered challenges, sometimes even catastrophic failures, but they didn't let those setbacks define them. Instead, they used those challenges as stepping stones to reach new heights. It was through adversity that they developed the resilience, perseverance, and mindset that eventually led them to triumph. Consider the process of physical training. The body only grows stronger when it is subjected to resistance. Muscles aren't built by lifting weights that are too light. They're built by challenging your muscles with weight they can't immediately lift, forcing them to grow. The same principle applies to life. Personal growth occurs when we face situations that push us beyond what we thought were our limits. Challenges test our capacity for problem solving, our creativity, and our resilience. They force us to think in new ways and develop skills we never thought we'd need. Every challenge is an opportunity to stretch and expand beyond our current abilities. Moreover, embracing challenges teaches us patience and the value of hard work. In a world where instant gratification is increasingly common, challenges remind us that real success takes time. The easy way out might be tempting, but it's through consistent effort, perseverance, and a willingness to work through challenges that we build lasting success. These struggles refine us. They give us the tools to handle future difficulties with more confidence and composure. Each time we rise from a challenge, we grow stronger, wiser, and more equipped to handle whatever comes next. It's also important to remember that challenges come in many forms. They may not always be grand or dramatic. Sometimes the challenges we face are internal, the doubts, fears, or limiting beliefs that hold us back. Overcoming these internal challenges is just as important, if not more so, than overcoming external ones. It's about shifting our mindset to one that sees challenges as opportunities to learn and evolve, rather than as threats to our success. In essence, embracing challenges is about shifting our perspective. Instead of dreading difficulty, we begin to anticipate it as a necessary part of our journey. We stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" We understand that every challenge we face brings us one step closer to becoming the person we are meant to be. Challenges are not something to fear. They're an integral part of the process that propels us forward. In a world that often emphasizes flawless outcomes, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of perfection. We see the glossy images of success, the well-curated lives on social media, and we may even start to believe that anything less than perfection isn't worth celebrating. But the truth is that perfection is a myth. It's a moving target that shifts with every step we take. The real focus should not be on achieving some unattainable ideal, but on making consistent progress toward our goals, regardless of how imperfect the journey may seem. The desire for perfection can be paralyzing. It can lead to procrastination, self-doubt, and an overwhelming sense of failure. We tell ourselves, I'll start when everything is just right, or I'll keep working on it until it's perfect. But in doing so, we often delay the very progress that would move us closer to success. The pursuit of perfection can trap us in a cycle of inaction, where the pressure to be perfect becomes more important than actually doing the work. Perfectionism at its core can stunt our growth and prevent us from learning valuable lessons along the way. Instead of aiming for perfection, we should shift our focus to progress. Progress is something that can be measured. It's about the small wins, the little steps that lead us forward. Every task completed, every challenge overcome, and every effort made adds up. These small steps may not always look impressive, but they are the foundation upon which larger successes are built. Progress doesn't require grand gestures or immediate results. It simply requires movement in the right direction. One of the most powerful aspects of focusing on progress is that it allows for mistakes and imperfections to be part of the process. Mistakes are inevitable, and they are a natural part of growth. When we stop fearing mistakes, we free ourselves to experiment, to try new things, and to learn from our experiences. Every setback becomes an opportunity to refine our approach, to improve, and to get closer to the person we want to become. Perfection doesn't allow for failure. It demands flawlessness, leaving no room for growth. But progress acknowledges that we are human and that setbacks are just part of the journey. Another key benefit of focusing on progress is that it helps us maintain momentum. It's easy to feel defeated when we are constantly striving for an ideal that is out of reach. Perfection can make us feel like we're never good enough, no matter how much effort we put in. But when we focus on progress, we celebrate the small victories. Even if the end goal is still far off, we can take pride in how much closer we are today than we were yesterday. This sense of achievement, no matter how minor it seems, can keep us moving forward and motivated to continue. In addition, progress is often a more sustainable approach than perfection. When we focus on progress, we build habits and systems that support long-term success. Perfection, on the other hand, can lead to burnout. Striving for perfection often requires all of our energy and leaves us exhausted, while the pursuit of progress encourages us to take things one step at a time. It allows for balance and persistence rather than an unsustainable sprint toward an elusive goal. Progress also teaches us patience. Success rarely happens overnight, and the road to achieving our dreams is rarely linear. There will be times when we feel like we're not moving as quickly as we'd like, but even those moments of seeming stagnation are part of the larger picture. Progress is not always a straight path, and it often comes with setbacks, detours, and periods of slow growth. But these moments are valuable because they allow us to gain clarity, refine our goals, and better prepare for the challenges ahead. When we focus on progress, we trust the process and give ourselves the grace to grow at our own pace. Focusing on progress also encourages a mindset of continuous improvement. Instead of aiming for an impossible standard, we embrace the idea that there's always room for growth. We learn to value the journey, knowing that each step, each effort, and each lesson is leading us closer to our full potential. Progress doesn't demand that we be perfect. It demands that we keep moving forward, even when the path isn't clear, even when we don't have all the answers. In the end, focusing on progress, not perfection, is a liberating choice. It frees us from the constant pressure of unrealistic expectations and allows us to enjoy the process of growth. It reminds us that success is not a destination, but a series of steps that we take every day, imperfect though they may be. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience as human beings. It has the ability to paralyze us, to keep us from pursuing our dreams, and to hold us back from achieving our true potential. Whether it's the fear of failure, the fear of judgment, or the fear of the unknown, it's something that we all encounter at different points in our lives. But here's the truth. Fear is not our enemy. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, And while it can be uncomfortable, it doesn't have to control us. In fact, learning how to overcome fear is one of the most important skills you can develop on your journey to success. At its core, fear is an emotion that serves a purpose. It's a protective instinct designed to keep us safe from danger. But in modern life, many of the things we fear are not actual threats to our physical safety. Instead, they are emotional or psychological fears. Fear of failure, fear of not measuring up, fear of taking risks. These fears, while real, are not necessarily based on reality. They are often exaggerated stories our minds create, rooted in past experiences or insecurities. The first step in overcoming fear is to recognize it for what it is, a feeling, not a fact. Fear is not something that defines us unless we allow it to. It's important to understand that fear does not determine our capabilities or our future. It simply highlights areas where we might need to grow. Rather than avoiding what we fear, we must face it head on. When we confront fear, we take away its power. By taking action in spite of fear, we prove to ourselves that we are stronger than the thoughts that try to hold us back. One of the most effective ways to overcome fear is through exposure. The more we face what scares us, the less power it has over us. This is why stepping outside of your comfort zone is so important. When we stay in familiar, safe spaces, we reinforce our fears. But when we take small steps into the unknown, we begin to desensitize ourselves to the fear, gradually realizing that the thing we feared wasn't as terrifying as we thought. Each time we push through fear, we grow more confident in our ability to handle challenges, and we build resilience that makes future fears less intimidating. Another key to overcoming fear is changing our relationship with failure. Many people fear failure more than anything else. The idea of not succeeding can seem so overwhelming that it prevents them from trying at all. But failure is not the end. It's simply a part of the journey. Every successful person you admire has faced failure at some point. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people don't let fear of failure stop them. They see failure as a learning experience, a stepping stone toward greater achievements. Failure doesn't define who we are. It's the refusal to get back up that does. Embracing failure as a part of the process allows us to shift our mindset and realize that there's no such thing as failure unless we give up. Fear is also often tied to the fear of judgment. We fear what others will think of us, how they will perceive our actions, and whether they will approve our choices. But in reality, the opinions of others do not define us. We can't control what other people think, and we shouldn't allow their judgments to dictate our actions. People who are bold and successful don't wait for approval. They trust their own instincts and take action based on their own vision. When you focus on your own path and ignore the distractions of others' opinions, you free yourself from the paralyzing grip of judgment. You learn to trust yourself, and that trust becomes the fuel that pushes you forward. Additionally, fear often thrives in the unknown. The uncertainty of what lies ahead can cause anxiety and make us hesitant to take the first step. But here's the truth. You will never have all the answers. Life is unpredictable, and waiting for certainty can keep you stuck in a place of inaction. Instead of trying to control every outcome, practice embracing uncertainty. Know that you don't need to have the entire plan figured out to begin. You just need to take the first step. With each step, more clarity will emerge, and what once seemed frightening will begin to feel more manageable. Finally, one of the most important aspects of overcoming fear is self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on ourselves when we're afraid, but being kind to ourselves during these moments is essential. Fear is natural, and it's okay to feel it. What matters is not that we feel afraid, but what we do with that fear. When we practice self-compassion, we give ourselves permission to feel fear without letting it dictate our actions. We remind ourselves that it's okay to struggle and that we are capable of moving through the fear and continuing on our path. Fear will always be a part of life, but it doesn't have to control us. We have the power to face our fears, challenge them, and use them as a stepping stone to greater achievements. When we stop allowing fear to hold us back, we unlock our true potential and discover just how much we are capable of accomplishing. Resilience is one of the most important traits anyone can develop on the journey toward success. Life will never be a perfect, uninterrupted path. There will be setbacks, disappointments, failures, and times when everything seems to be falling apart. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from these challenges, to stand up again after every fall, and to keep moving forward despite the adversity that life throws at you. It is about being able to withstand hardship, to learn from it, and to become stronger as a result. At its core, resilience is the ability to persevere through difficult situations without allowing them to break your spirit. It's a mindset, an attitude that refuses to be defeated. Many people view resilience as something that only a few special individuals possess, but the truth is, resilience is not an innate quality. It is something that can be developed and strengthened over time. Everyone has the potential to become resilient, regardless of the challenges they face. One of the keys to resilience is recognizing that setbacks and challenges are inevitable. Life doesn't always go as planned, and there will be moments when things don't turn out the way you expect. But these moments do not define you. What defines you is how you respond to them. Resilience is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about how you approach it when it arrives. It's about accepting that challenges are a part of the process and that they offer opportunities for growth. Rather than seeing setbacks as roadblocks, resilient individuals see them as stepping stones that bring them closer to their goals. Another important aspect of resilience is maintaining a sense of hope, even in the darkest moments. When life is tough, it's easy to feel discouraged and to believe that things will never get better. But resilient people refuse to let despair take root. They understand that the tough times won't last forever, and that there is always the possibility of a brighter future. They hold on to hope even when it feels distant, because they know that hope is the driving force that keeps them moving forward. Resilience is built on the belief that no matter how difficult the present may be, a better future is always possible. Additionally, resilience is about adaptability. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and the ability to adapt to changing circumstances is crucial in maintaining a resilient mindset. Those who are resilient don't fixate on the way things should be. They learn to accept and adapt to new realities. They are flexible in their approach, willing to pivot when necessary, and able to find new ways to solve problems. When the original path doesn't work out, resilient individuals don't give up. Instead, they reassess, adjust their approach, and keep moving forward. A key component of resilience is also the ability to learn from failures and mistakes. When we experience setbacks, it's natural to feel discouraged. But resilient people view failures not as something to be feared or avoided, but as valuable learning experiences. They understand that failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every mistake holds a lesson, and every failure presents an opportunity to improve. Instead of letting failure defeat them, resilient individuals use it as a tool for growth. They analyze what went wrong, extract the lessons, and then use that knowledge to make better decisions in the future. Furthermore, resilience requires a sense of inner strength. It's easy to be knocked down by external circumstances, but resilient people tap into their inner resources to stay strong. They cultivate a mindset that is focused on self-belief and determination. Resilience is built upon the understanding that you are capable of handling whatever life throws at you. It's about believing in your own abilities even when things seem impossible. The more you trust in your capacity to overcome challenges, the more resilient you become. This inner strength allows you to keep going, even when everything else around you seems to be crumbling. Support from others also plays a significant role in resilience. While inner strength is important, it's equally crucial to have a support network of friends, family, or mentors who encourage and uplift you during tough times. Resilient people know that they don't have to face challenges alone. They reach out for help when needed and lean on those who believe in them. Surrounding yourself with positive, supportive individuals can provide the emotional strength needed to get through difficult times. Resilience doesn't mean you have to do everything on your own. It means being willing to lean on others when necessary and to draw strength from the relationships you have. Resilience is also tied to self-care. When life gets tough, it's easy to neglect your physical and emotional well-being. But resilient individuals understand that maintaining their mental and physical health is essential to staying strong in the face of adversity. They prioritize rest, exercise, and mindfulness practices that help them recharge and stay grounded. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury. It's a necessity if you want to maintain the energy and strength required to face life's challenges head-on. In moments of hardship, it's important to remember that resilience isn't about never feeling down or never experiencing doubt. It's about acknowledging those feelings and still choosing to move forward. It's about recognizing that while setbacks may happen, they don't have to define you or stop you from achieving your goals. Resilience is about picking yourself up, finding the strength to keep going, and trusting that with time and effort, you will emerge stronger and wiser than before. Belief in oneself is the foundation of success and the driving force behind personal growth. Without self-belief, even the most talented and skilled individuals can find themselves stuck, unable to take the necessary steps toward their goals. Believing in yourself means trusting in your abilities, acknowledging your potential, and having the confidence to take action even when faced with uncertainty. It is a powerful force that propels you forward, especially when the road ahead seems challenging or unclear. At its core, self-belief is about recognizing your own worth. It's easy to compare yourself to others and feel inadequate, especially in a world that often values external achievements and appearances. But believing in yourself means understanding that you are unique and that your journey is your own. No one else has your exact combination of experiences, skills, and perspectives. It's important to embrace your individuality and understand that your path does not need to look like anyone else's to be valid or valuable. One of the biggest barriers to self-belief is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, and fear of not being good enough. These fears can create self-doubt and prevent you from pursuing opportunities that could lead to personal growth and success. However, self-belief involves facing these fears head-on. It's about acknowledging that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it does not have to control your action. When you believe in yourself, you understand that fear is not an indicator of your capabilities. It's simply a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. True growth happens when you move forward, even in the face of fear. Believing in yourself also means taking responsibility for your actions and decisions. It's about owning your choices, both good and bad, and understanding that you have the power to shape your own destiny. When you believe in yourself, you don't see failures as permanent roadblocks. Instead, you view them as lessons, valuable experiences that help you learn, adjust, and improve. Self-belief encourages resilience, the ability to get back up after a fall and keep pushing toward your goal. It reminds you that success is not a linear path, but a series of steps, setbacks, and comebacks. An ability to flip, ship, and come back. Another crucial aspect of believing in yourself is self-compassion. It's easy to be critical of yourself when things don't go as planned or when you make mistakes, but self-belief means treating yourself with kindness and patience. It means understanding that you are human and that mistakes are a natural part of the journey. Instead of being harsh or judgmental, believe in your ability to overcome challenges and grow stronger. Self-compassion allows you to stay motivated even during difficult times because it gives you the emotional support you need to continue. Believing in yourself also requires setting and pursuing your goals with conviction. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the enormity of a dream, especially when it seems far out of reach. But when you believe in yourself, you break down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate vision. Self-belief gives you the courage to set ambitious goals and the perseverance to continue working toward them no matter how long it takes. It helps you stay focused on your vision even when the journey feels long or uncertain. Furthermore, believing in yourself means accepting that success doesn't come overnight. It's not about expecting instant results, but understanding that every effort you put forth brings you closer to your dreams. With self-belief, you embrace the process, knowing that each small victory is a step toward larger achievements. It allows you to stay committed to the long-term vision, even when immediate rewards are not visible. This mindset helps you stay motivated even when progress feels slow or invisible. Additionally, when you believe in yourself, you attract positive energy and support from others. People are naturally drawn to those who have confidence in their own abilities, as self-belief radiates a sense of trust and competence. When you believe in yourself, you also create opportunities for others to believe in you. This support can be instrumental in helping you achieve your goals, as people will be more likely to invest in your success, whether through mentorship, collaboration, or encouragement. Belief in oneself is not about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about having a quiet confidence in your own potential and capabilities. It's understanding that while you may not be perfect, you are enough. It's about trusting that with effort and perseverance, you have the power to create the life you desire. Self-belief helps you stay focused on your personal growth rather than comparing your progress to that of others. It gives you the courage to pursue your passions, take risks, and live authentically. Ultimately, the foundation of every accomplishment, no matter how big or small, begins with believing in yourself. It is the first step toward creating a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. When you believe in yourself, you unlock your true potential and open the door to endless possibilities. Your dreams and aspirations become achievable, and the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable become opportunities for growth and learning. Consistency is one of the most powerful and transformative qualities anyone can cultivate on their journey toward success. It is the practice of showing up every day, even when things aren't easy, even when motivation seems lacking, and even when immediate results aren't visible. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality. It's not about doing something perfectly or all at once, but about committing to a steady, continuous effort toward your goals. In a world that often celebrates instant gratification, it can be easy to overlook the importance of consistency. We live in a time where quick fixes and shortcuts are celebrated, and success stories are often told in terms of overnight achievements. However, the truth is that most successes, whether in business, personal growth, or any other area, are the result of consistent, sustained effort over time. It's the daily grind, the small actions taken consistently, that add up to create significant change and results. The key to consistency is not motivation, but discipline. Motivation can be fleeting, it comes in waves and often fades when the initial excitement wears off. But discipline, the commitment to show up and do the work regardless of how you feel, is what sustains long-term progress. It's easy to start something with enthusiasm, but it takes discipline to continue when the novelty is worn off or when obstacles arise. Consistency is built through daily actions, regardless of how small they seem, because every step forward is a step closer to your goal. One of the biggest benefits of consistency is the compound effect. Just like saving money over time results in greater financial growth, consistent effort leads to incremental progress that, over time, produces substantial results. The small things you do every day may seem insignificant at first, but they build momentum. Each action, no matter how minor, contributes to the bigger picture. It's about showing up and doing the work, even on the days when it feels hard or when you don't see immediate rewards. The magic happens in the accumulation of effort, not in the perfection of any single moment. Consistency also helps you build habits that support your goals. Success is rarely about one big breakthrough moment. It's more often about the habits you form along the way. The consistency of taking small actions over time becomes ingrained in your routine, creating habits that make achieving your goals easier. Whether it's waking up early to work on a project, practicing a skill daily, or dedicating time each week to your personal growth, consistency helps you build momentum that makes it easier to continue moving forward. Once consistency becomes a habit, it feels natural and effortless, and it supports your long-term success. Moreover, consistency helps you stay focused. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. The noise of daily life, the pressure to be everywhere and do everything can pull your attention in many different directions. But when you commit to consistency, you create a sense of discipline and focus that allows you to prioritize your goals. Consistency forces you to stay on track and not get sidetracked by the fleeting distractions that often derail progress. By regularly dedicating time and energy to your most important tasks, you create a clear path forward, and the distractions lose their power to pull you away from your purpose. Another important aspect of consistency is that it allows for growth and improvement. When you commit to doing something regularly, you give yourself the chance to learn and evolve. Whether you're working on a skill, building a business, or striving for personal growth, consistency gives you the opportunity to refine your approach over time. The more you practice, the better you become. With each small effort, you gain new insights, identify areas for improvement, and continue to progress. Consistency provides the space for learning, trial and error, and adaptation. It's the steady process of refining your approach and improving with each repetition that leads to mastery. Additionally, consistency builds confidence. When you show up every day and put in the effort, even on days when it's difficult, you prove to yourself that you can handle challenges. Every time you stay true to your commitments, you reinforce the belief in your own abilities. Consistency helps you build a track record of success, and with each success, your confidence grows. This self-assurance becomes a powerful motivator to keep going, even when faced with obstacles. The more you trust yourself and your ability to stay consistent, the more likely you are to continue pushing toward your goals. Consistency also plays a significant role in maintaining momentum. When you stay consistent, even during tough times, you prevent yourself from losing the progress you've made. If you take a break or get sidetracked, it's easy to lose the rhythm and energy that you've built. Consistency ensures that you keep moving forward, even in small increments, which allows you to maintain that momentum. Momentum is a powerful force, and it's built by consistently taking action toward your goals, no matter how small the steps may seem. In the end, consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up every day, taking action, and trusting that the small efforts you put in will add up over time. It's about committing to the process, not just the end result. Success is not always about how quickly you achieve something, but how consistently you work toward it. Consistency is the key that unlocks the door to lasting change, progress, and achievement. By embracing it, you set yourself up for success, one steady step at a time.